Hey guys, it's Jim here, and I know that 99% of the videos that I make and upload onto this channel have to do with guitar in some capacity. However, today I'm going to be going back to my roots. I was a drummer long before I ever picked up a guitar. And when I was still living at home as a kid, learning how to play drums, being loud as hell, if my parents knew the product that I'm going to be talking about today existed, or if it did exist back then, rather it didn't, they would have a lot less gray hairs than they probably do now. And that product is simply this. It's an Audiomo black hole. This thing is pretty unique. Now there's a lot of ways that you can kind of kill or dampen the sound of your drums. The problem is if you're a drummer, when you try a lot of the mesh ones like the Aquarian Super Pads, it feels like you're hitting a pillow almost. There's not really that response that you're going to get back out of it. And then the other thing is, if you went with a straight mesh head that would replace the actual drum head, every single time that you would want to practice, you'd have to unscrew all the lugs on the tom and the snare and the kick. Oh, forget about it. And it would just be a gigantic pain in the ass. What I love about these guys, this just sits right on the drum. I'm going to show you how it works real quick. So again, you're just going to want to put it over the top here. You're going to hear it click in. That's it. Removal, very simple. So, for somebody who wants to practice at home and really tame the noise and not bother your neighbors or the people that you live with, whether it's your roommates or your family, this is fantastic. And to give you a real-world example of how much this will lower the volume of your drum kit, I'm going to do it with the heads on and without the heads on. And you're going to be able to judge just how big that difference is. I'm just going to be using the one condenser room microphone for this example because it's nothing too serious, and I'm not going to edit any of the volume levels inside of Final Cut when I'm doing this video edit. Now, as you can tell, this is a gigantic no BS improvement. The only other way to fix this out, I didn't play any of the cymbals because I still have my full volume cymbals. And in the situation that I'm in, I need it for rudiments so that I can practice that kind of stuff and keep my legs kind of warm and really up to speed when it comes to that. However, there are low volume cymbals that are pretty decent that you can get from Zildjian for about $200 to $300 for a set of them. However, there are other ones that might or might not be on this channel later that are a little more true to the actual sound of a cymbal, because one complaint when people are doing these things to quiet down the drums is they either lose the feel or they lose the tone. Now, another thing I really like, kind of chaining off of that, about the black holes is they still kind of sound like my drums. It doesn't sound like I'm hitting pads, and this thing kind of retains a little bit of that character to it, and the bounce back feels really good. So not only am I getting an experience that's going to encourage me to keep playing, and it's part of the reason that I gave up on electronic drum kits. I never liked the way they felt. I went through 4 from various different price ranges. They just weren't for me. So maybe this is a solution for you if you want to get back into drums and you really don't want to have everybody kind of hearing you or annoy people in that sense. It's a good way to get into it, and it's not that expensive. And the pricing of these isn't that bad when you can find them for sale. When I was shopping for this, I haven't checked lately, but I had to buy them piece by different vendors. I think the 2 heads for the toms were about $40 to $50 each. The one for the snare, it's a 13-inch snare, another $40, and then $60 is what I paid for the kick drum. So all together here, you know, under $200, not so bad, and it's a solution that really works. But that's pretty much it. I was doing a little bit of drum practicing, and I thought to myself, wait, I've had these for a few months. I have a YouTube channel, and for whatever reason, I haven't talked about them yet. But fantastic product. Better than the mesh heads, better than the super pads from the Aquarians. Anything else I've used isn't even close by comparison. So if you enjoyed this video, if you watch this video and you're a regular viewer, you're a real trooper for that. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and normally we do have guitar stuff on here, a little bit of drums and other stuff mixed in between, but other than that, tomorrow I promise more guitar related content. So until then, take it easy, you guys.